This lesson is about factorizing quadratics using what we call the cross method. These are the quadratics that we'll be factorizing. So let's start with the first one. Now the first thing that we do is we factorize the coefficient of x squared and the constant term. So coefficient, we have 6. The factors of 6 are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Notice that I draw that line here to help me separate the factors. Now why is this useful? Well, basically if I use the 1 I must use the 6, or if I use the 2 I must use the 3. Let's repeat for 10 now. Factors of 10 are 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. And now it's a case of trial and error. So we must pick a combination, a pair of factors from 6 and also a pair of factors of 10. So we have to use one pair from each. Now if I start with 1 and 6, I need to use something from 10. Let's go with 1 and 10. It's called the cross method, because we draw a cross and we multiply them. So 6 times 1 is 6, 1 times 10 is 10, I add them, 16. This is no good because what we want is to get the number 19. So what we also can do is, if I keep using the 1 and the 10, instead of writing them 1, 10, we can change the order, 10 and 1. Let's give this a go now. 6 times 10, 60, 1 times 1 is 1, I'm getting 61, still not that number 19. Let's try something else now. We move on to the 2 and 5. Let's put 2 and 5. 6 times 2, 12. 1 times 5, 5. You add them, you get 17. Still it's not 19. Let's try 5 on top. Oh, I'm getting 30. This is not looking good. 19. It is not. So it looks like that the 1 and the 6, we've used up all of the different types of combinations I could have used with the factors of 10. So now we're going to move to 2 and 3. And let's start the process again. 2 and 3. If I start with 1 and 10, let's give this a quick go. Oh, I'm getting 20 there. There's no way I'm going to get 19. Let's change the order. 10 and 1. As you can see, I'm going to get 30 up there. It's not going to give me 19. So let's try 2 and 5 this time. 2 and 5. 3 times 2, 6. 2 times 5, 10. 16. No good. Let's try 5 and 2. 3 times 5, 15. 2 times 2 is 4. I add them, I get 19. And yay, because that is what we want. So now, how do we factorize it? Well, to factorize it, now we go like this. The first factor is 2x plus 5. And the next one, if we go across, it is 3x plus 2. Now if you're wondering, hey, how does this work? Let's go and confirm that when we expand these two pairs of factors, that we actually get what we had originally. Let's try. 2x times 3x gives us 6x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. 5 times 3x is 15x. And 5 times 2 is 10. If we simplify, we get what we originally started with, which means that our pairs of factors are correct. Okay? Alright, let's try the next one now. Now this one's a bit different because we have a negative now. So again, let's start with a 9. 9, the factors are 1 and 9 and 3 and 3. Now for negative 8, we start with 1 and 8. Let's not worry about the negative just yet. And also 2 and 4. Now I know that one of these, either the 1 or the 8 will have to be negative, or the 2 and the 4 will have to be negative. Okay? So either the negative 1 or the negative 8, and so on. This keeps happening on my screen. So just keep that in mind. Okay? Let me just put a little reminder that it has to be a negative. Alright, let's try the same thing again. How about we start with 3 and 3? Okay? And what should we start with? We start with 3 and 3. Maybe we go, let's say 2 and 4. Let's give this a go now. Let me put the 2 and the 4. Where should I put my negative? How about I put my negative with the 4 there? let's try this now. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. We add those, we get negative 6. Sorry, my screen, it keeps changing, so we get negative 6 there. So that is not what we want. We are so close, we want positive 6. How about we change the signs then instead of that one? How is this going to work? Let's see. That gives me a negative up there, positive with a 12, and when we add them, we get 6. That's what we want. These are our factors. 3x minus 2, and then times 3x plus 4. It's that simple. And next quadratic now. We repeat this process again, factorizing the 8 and the minus 15. Sorry, negative 15. So let's go. We have 8, we have 1 and 8, and we have 2 and 4. All right. With a negative 15, we do 1 and 15, or 3 and 5. Keeping in mind that one of these will have to be negative. All right. So I'm going to choose, let's go with 2 and 4, and perhaps 3 and 5. Let's give this a go now. Now, what should I make negative? Let's start with a negative 3 there. I apologize, my screen keeps changing slides, so let's go and do this one. 4 times negative 3, negative 12. 2 times 5, 10. That is negative 2. So, no good. We need negative 14. Now, if I simply change the signs here, put a negative there, that's going to change those signs, but I'm not getting negative 14. So how about we change the order of the 5 and the 3? Okay, so how about I put the negative with the 5? Let's give that a go. 4 times negative 5, negative 20. 2 times 3 is 6. This is looking good now. We get negative 14. Alright, that's what we want. So now, again, just like before, those are our factors. So the first one is 2x minus 5 times 4x plus 3. That's it. We're up to the last quadratic now. Again, we repeat. We do the factors of our 10 and 3. So 10 we have 1 and 10, and 2 and 5. And for 3 we only have 1 and 3. So what should we choose? Let's go 1 and 10 and 1 and 3. Now notice that if I multiply all of these positive numbers, I'm only going to get positive numbers over here. Okay, so look at this. I get 10 and I get 3. And when I add them, I get 13. But I want negative 13. To take care of that, we go back to our factors of 3. Now 1 times 3 is 3, but so is negative 1 times negative 3. Oops, times negative 3. So if I just write those negative numbers there, notice that all of my numbers now become negative. And this is the number that we wanted. How good is that? So we have now x, and let's go over here, sorry, let me just go back here. So notice the first brackets here, or circle there, I have, that would be an x minus 1, and then times 10x minus 3. And this concludes this video.